In this second video, we focus on the report server and the connectors. We'll consider other tools such as the database integrity tool. We move to the report server. The server has an installation log like AAI. Much of the system-wide events are logged in the logs directory of the Apache Tomcat directory. This includes catalina.log, catalina.out, and localhost access.txt. Events specific to the reporting server itself are traced in the Jasper server log. Jasper is the third-party platform that provides reporting services and is deployed as a web app. We start with installation and upgrade. These are found in the dedicated installer and upgrade directories respectively. Just as for AAI, the installer should not cause any issues, and the upgrade needs to work with the existing infrastructure. So you could see similar problems as with AAI: Java, Apache, database connections, and so forth. Remember that the reporting server comes with an embedded PostgreSQL database. The reporting server relies on a third-party web application called JasperSoft, deployed in Apache Tomcats. To troubleshoot system-level issues and establish that the web server is working properly, we have several logs in the logs directory of Apache Tomcat. For our purposes, catalina.log and .out contain similar information. Catalina.out may include Java exceptions and an automated thread dump specific to Tomcats. The localhost access log contains the information for each incoming server request. It can be used to track page hit counts and user session activity. It includes the request HTTP methods and the HTTP response codes. Then, if it's been established that Tomcat is working, you can drill down into messages specific to the application. This is found in the web app directory, Jasper Server Pro, WebINF, logs. Here you'll be able to troubleshoot configuration issues when setting up in the web UI, password problems, network issues, HTTPS, and so forth. Once the configuration is successful, make sure the options in the Insight panel in the web UI version 1 are available. Although unlikely, more narrow issues like malfunctioning reports will be logged in here as well. Let's move on to the connectors. AAI uses two different types of connector. The first is the connector framework for three products: Atomic, Control-M, both distributed and mainframe, and ESP. The second is the Tomcat-based framework for IWS, both mainframe and distributeds. Let's start with the connector framework. The more recent versions, version 3 and up, have a log in the connector directory under logs. The name of this log is based on the value provided in the application.yaml file, and the default is set to the scheduler name. For example, for Atomic, the log is called atomic-connector.log. This logs connector activity, including connectivity issues or a faulty application.yaml file. It will also log a successful scheduler connection, each successful data acquisition cycle, and the number of objects acquired in the process. Note that if you're still running a connector of version lower than 3, then this log will be found in /var/logs. Depending on the scheduler, there are several variations, either under the messages directory or a directory named after the scheduler. The second connector is Tomcat-based for IWS. Troubleshooting relies on the Catalina files. We use them to troubleshoot Java issues, connection, and data acquisition failures. You also have three IWS CON files: the heartbeat process, which is analogous to AAI's Hibernate process, and two files for the logging of data acquisition cycles, EV for events, and DL for definitions. Let's discuss some of the other non-log based methods for troubleshooting. First, you should be aware of the database remediation tool. A number of events like unexpected service interruptions or server failures can affect database integrity, resulting in a variety of problems like broken job dependencies or inconsistent data between job schedule executions and job stream runs. When this happens, the recommended approach is the database integrity remediation tool, which can restore the AAI database to its optimal state. You execute a simple Java command from the Java bin directory, targeting the JBoss directory in the root AAI location. When speaking with the customer service team, you may be asked to output the contents of the JAWS properties table, which contains the AAI parameters as defined in the config tool, along with any changes made from the standard configuration. On SQL Server, you can run a simple select star from JAWS properties in Studio and just copy and paste the output to a flat file. Oracle requires two additional steps. You need to connect to the database using the connection string as specified in the config tool, using the SQL+ commands. You enable spool to output to a file of your choice, run the select command, and then make sure to spool off. Finally, we should discuss browser developer tools. They provide useful native troubleshooting tools for web applications, including the interface. You can use the console, the network tools, or many of the other panels to identify display issues, zero in on the source of performance problems, uncover network response issues, and much more. For anyone not familiar with these tools, there's a ton of knowledge available in public hosting systems.